We just got an insane state of play, and it included one of the most expected announcements for fans of fighting games and Marvel, which is new characters for Tōkon. We got Wolverine on it, Magic, and also Danger. It was really exciting with a ton of new info about the game, but there is a key thing about the trailer, which is that it confirms that every single team of 4 in the game is thematic. They are attached to some sort of theme, and we could technically use this to try and predict which are all the characters that are left in the roster of Tōkon, and that's what we're gonna do in this video. So let's get into it. And well, I guess we should start the predictions with the team that Captain America leads, because it's kind of like the most obvious one. Highly likely is going to be the Avengers, right? Like Tony Stark, dear Tony Stark, is already on the game, and we have only 2 slots for the Avengers, and I would put my money that it's going to be Thor and Hulk, the other 2 people. And the reason for that is because even though we already got Danger in the game, which is, you know, kind of evidence that anything's possible, like arcsys is willing to put weirdo characters in the game, I do feel like the Avengers theme, you know, for a team of 4 is probably going to be the most normie one. Like, it's going to be the group of heroes that is going to be the most popular and normie characters. So I would not be surprised if the 2 slots for the Avengers theme alongside Captain America and Iron Man are gonna be Thor and Hulk. And just wait 1 second, because this is relevant, okay? Before we move into the next prediction, one small disclaimer about the X-Men team that just got announced, you know, Storm, Wolverine, Magic, and also Danger, because they are not called Uncanny X-Men. They're called Unbreakable X-Men, and that is not a coincidence, okay? That is essentially a small hint that there is highly likely going to be maybe a team of DLC for the Uncanny X-Men that could have, for example, Magneto, Cyclops, Gambit, all of the other, you know, classics, characters that many people want to see. So if you're a fan of the X-Men, don't lose hope about all the other characters, because they could very easily make it into the game later as the Uncanny X-Men team and not the Unbreakable one, okay? That small difference, you know, in grammar, that choose of words is not a coincidence by arcsys. Hey, just in case that you've been enjoying the video until now, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to support the channel, especially if you want to see more Marvel Tōkon content, and thank you for the support. Now let's continue. Okay, perfect. So now we can move into trying to predict the team that Spider-Man is gonna be the leader of, and this is actually pretty tough. Don't think that it's easy, because it's actually quite hard to understand which direction they can take, because Spider-Man is everywhere, right? And for example, the best one in my opinion would be kind of like a New York style characters slash Spider-Verse characters. And for example, if Spider-Man is the leader, then you have Kamala, since she's already on the game, as a part of Spider-Man's theme, or, you know, team. And we also have, for example, Venom and the Green Goblin, or Venom and Spider-Gwen, whatever else, you know, Spider-Verse or Spider-Man adjacent characters could fit into it. To me, that would be the best theme, because I really want to see Venom and I really want to see the Green Goblin in the game. Or maybe also Doc Ock would be amazing, but it could also be a Young Avengers theme. And for example, Spider-Man's leader, Kamala, is also in the Young Avengers, and then maybe, I guess, it's someone like Iron Fist could fit into it, or another version of Hulk. And then the version of Hulk of the classic Avengers is someone else, and it's more like a weirdo character. This is actually pretty tough to predict. Like, it's not that easy to see which way they could take with Spider-Man as the leader. It's just such a famous character, but I'm gonna put my money on the Spider-Verse slash New York heroes, and I'm gonna say that it's gonna be Spider-Man, Kamala in that team, and then Venom and Daredevil. I think those are gonna be the picks, and Green Goblin is not gonna make it, and it's gonna be Venom as the main, like, Spider-Universe villain, and then Daredevil is gonna make it as a more fighting game based character from New York and that kind of theme. So I hope that I'm right, but I could be wrong. This one is kind of tough to predict. Okay, so now we can move into another team and try to predict it, and it's gotta be the one in which Doctor Doom is the leader. I'm not gonna lie, this is the team that I'm the most excited for, because having a full team of villains as a possibility, and they have like team supers on maybe like an insta-kill or whatever together, it sounds absolutely dope. So what exactly is gonna happen in the team in which Doctor Doom is the leader? And what I personally believe is gonna happen with the team in which Doom is the leader is that it's gonna be the Cabal. I'm gonna put all my money, all my bets on the Cabal, because also the members of that team of villains would be amazing for this game. You could have Norman Osborn or the Green Goblin in the game, even if he doesn't make it in the Spider-Man theme, you know, team. Then we could also have someone like Loki on the game, Namor. Like, there's a lot of options from the Cabal that would be amazing for this game, both in terms of visuals and the unique gameplay that they could add for it. But the thing is, there is obviously more than 4 members of the Cabal. It's more than only 4 villains, and Doom is already in as the leader. So who are gonna be the other 3? And I'm gonna put my bet, and I hope that I'm right with this one, I'm not gonna lie, that the members of the Cabal that are gonna make it into Doom's theme are gonna be Loki, Emma Frost, and Norman Osborn / the Green Goblin. I think that those are the best characters and the most interesting you could put in the game. Then also Hood maybe could be a good pick, but it's hard to see and say like, hey, Hood should replace Emma, Hood should replace Norman Osborn, like, or Loki. Is, I don't know, like, it's tough, man. It's tough to choose characters. Like, there's only 20 characters in the game, 4 for each team, so I'm gonna put my money on Loki, Norman Osborn, and Emma Frost. Hey, wait, this is but a matches from the future after editing, okay? And I actually remember that there's other members of the Cabal, and I did more research, and also technically Thanos and Magneto have been related to the Cabal. They are not like part of the original like Dark Reign arc of the Cabal, so they are not like the classic, you know, stuff. But if there's any chance for Thanos and Magneto to make it as a part of Doctor Doom's theme, like, take everyone else out, I don't care. And now we finally get into the team in which Ghost Rider is the leader, and a lot of people are saying that this is gonna be the Midnight Suns, and I actually agree, but there is a problem in the video that maybe you have not catch up yet, which is in which fucking team is Star-Lord gonna be. Star-Lord is already on the game, and he doesn't fit anywhere. The only way in which Star-Lord could make it into a team in which it makes sense is if we essentially destroy the villain team idea for Doctor Doom and put Star-Lord with him as a cosmic, you know, kind of theme. And that could happen, and that would give us the Midnight Suns, and it's kind of a huge problem. That's why I left it for the end of the video, because Star-Lord kind of dismantles the whole thing. Like, if you put Star-Lord with Doom, no villain team, only cosmic, right? If you put Star-Lord on the team with Captain America, it can be Avengers, but that means that there's only 1 member left. If you put Star-Lord with Spider-Man, and it is like Young Avengers or whatever, there's also only 1 character left there. So it is kind of weird, and I gotta say, I'm just gonna treat Star-Lord kind of like a Joker card. You can maybe replace Star-Lord with some of the older picks that I've talked in the video, because it is actually a nightmare to decide to put a theme on a team related to Star-Lord. Like, it's really the most stupid thing, and this kind of prediction is actually quite tough. So for the case of Ghost Rider, I'm just gonna say it's gonna be the Midnight Suns, and it's gonna be Blade, Doctor Strange, and then maybe Zoe. I saw Zoe online, I didn't know about this character, and she actually seems really interesting and like a good weirdo addition to the game, kind of like what they did already on the X-Men theme. So I think that Zoe would be a pretty good pick for the game. I don't know if it's gonna happen, of course, but those would be my predictions, and fuck you, Star-Lord, that's all I'm gonna say. You can go to hell and fuck up another people's video. Hey, bottom mashers from the future, again, sorry for the interruptions after editing, but there is also technically, I almost forgot, a team in which Doctor Doom is a part of the Guardians of the Galaxy. They don't team up officially, but they are together for a relatively decent amount of time in the comics. So is Doctor Doom gonna be the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy in Tōkon? And fuck you, Star-Lord. See you on the next one, guys. Subscribe, like, leave a comment with whatever character you want to see on the game, and see you on the next one. Take care.